And then I saw in a vision when Bola Ahmed Tinibu was preparing to be announced as the president. He was ready to be announced, just to go, swear in and give speech. And suddenly I saw men of uniform in the military regalias with gun, and they pushed him out. They forced him out of the stadium. And I saw Yemi Osibanjo giving speech to the nation.
It's been some time after the adjourned tribunal that took place today at the Court of Appeal, talking about the petition filed by the Labour Party against the APC and the Independent National Electoral Commission on the just concluded presidential elections. So, in the wake of that, of course, I brought you updates of the happenings in court and the aftermath of the court session, and I also brought you an update that it was adjourned. The court case has been adjourned, or the hearing or proceedings have been adjourned till Friday. Okay, so that's that. Now, next issue is there is this trending video about a man of God that really exists in Lagos, one Pastor Ugochukwu. Now, this cleric and popular man of God has come out to make prophetic declarations on Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government and his health status. Now, he spoke about the incoming government and the collapse and subsequent collapse of the interim of the government of Asiwaju, and then the takeover of the interim government. All right. Now, this particular Pastor Ugochukwu, didn't just stop there. He actually wanted to send a message to Asiwaju about his health status, and he said he can see in the spiritual realm that Asiwaju's health was deteriorating gradually, and he said lots more. I would not let the cat out of the bag. Let me allow you watch this pastor yourself.
And then I saw in a vision when Bola Ahmed Tinibu was preparing to be announced as the president. He was ready to be announced, just to go, swear in and give speech. And suddenly I saw men of uniform in the military regalias with gun, and they pushed him out. They forced him out of the stadium. And I saw Yemi Osibanjo giving speech to the nation. I was waving. He went through like a Range Rover, moving around and waving Nigeria. And the Lord said, this is what is going to happen. I saw Bola Ahmed Tinubu being pushed out. I saw also Yemi Osibanjo waving Nigeria after giving a speech to the nation. This is what is going to happen. The political walls will fall. It is my duty to warn. The political walls of Bola Ahmed Tinubu will fall. The political walls of bats will fall. I repeat, I keep repeating it because it's going to come to pass. The political wall of bats will fall. The health wall is going to fall. The Lord said the health will begin to deteriorate. There will be a deterioration of his health after the presidential election. You will see it. His health will begin to deteriorate. If I were him, if I were to advise, because I don't know him, I don't have access to him, I don't know how to communicate with him, then this platform to communicate with everybody who know him can communicate with him. If I were him, I would step away from the presidential race. There are other things to do. The Lord wants to use him mightily, but not in this presidential position. Not in this presidential position. The health is going to deteriorate. The health will deteriorate. His health war will also fall. This thing are taking place in the spirit realm. The health war is going to fall, because we are going to see a scenario where the pressure and the attack will be so much. Even APC, they are going to work against it for the purpose of peace. I've told you that Buhari is going to be an agent of peace during this period of revolution. Buhari is going to be an agent of peace. Go and write it down. Yemi Osibanjo is going to be an agent of peace. Go and write it down. It's going to come to pass. Muhammadu Buhari will make peace during this period. And this peace is going to negate the ambition of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. By the time this interim government come in place, you will also see a scenario where this interim government will be under pressure, and they will have no option than to say no to Tinubu's request or ambition of being president. Financial war is also going to collapse. You are going to see a scenario where there is going to be tried. They will try, they will check his wealth. The militaries are going to be involved. They are going to recover wealth from him. They are going to recover wealth from him. I saw him and I saw other politicians. They were tried. Their money wealth, they will check the source of their money. They begin to interrogate and begin to investigate. His finance is also going to go down. The walls are going to fall. These are what we are seeing. So the advice, if it were possible, if you can forsake this ambition and go ahead and become a spokesman for the nation, it will be better, because that's the will of God. God doesn't even want him to go in for this presidency. God doesn't want him to go in for this presidency. He will also lose support. He will lose support because he's going to be having crisis upon crisis. He's going to be having this case. He will have this case. There will be court case. There will be court case. There will be revolution. There will be attack. There will be this. There will be that. And these things are going to affect his health. It's going to affect the mental health. It's going to affect the physical health. It's going to affect the psyche. It's going to affect the mind. So I love him. I love him. I love Bat. I love Bat. I love Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But I will tell him the mind of God. It is the mind of God that I'm saying, that let him relax. Forget about this presidential ambition. Because what we are seeing, we don't want it to come to pass. We don't want it to come to pass. If he can say, oh, what they are saying, let me even forget about this presidential ambition, you are going to see peace. Peace in the heart. I pray that the Lord will help us. This is what I have for you today. Watch and pray. Watch and pray. We are heading towards a new Nigeria, and it will come to pass. It will come to pass. Many people that you see that have political relevance, very soon their political relevance will be no more. It is the Lord that lifted up and pulled it down. And the Lord has put us here as watchmen to speak his mind, so that nobody blood will be on our head. Our own is to speak the mind of God. I pray that the Lord will help this nation as we move towards the new Nigeria. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. It will come to pass. Keep praying. Keep praying. Keep praying. Don't forget to pray. Watch and pray. Lord help you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Nation's Voice Tower. I would urge our viewers and our lovely subscribers to make sure they always like our videos, share it to people around you and people outside Nigeria, so YouTube can make our videos trend. And then don't forget to also tap the subscribe button if you are an incoming subscriber. Then if you are an already existing subscriber, don't forget to tap the notification bell so you could get a notification from us anytime we drop any update. Yes, if you ask me my take on the just concluded update I gave you, I will tell you that Prophet Ugochukwu there is no other person than one of the prophets that exist in the present generation, and we can't doubt any prophetic message until time comes for the prophecy to be fulfilled. So I would urge us all to keep our fingers crossed and see to it that we do the needful and see how these prophecies unfold over time. Asiwaju has been warned about his health status, and then over time he has also been warned about an unstable government during his time. So he has also been warned about the government being taken away from him and so on and so forth. So we'll see to it and we'll see how everything plays out. Now, next on my list is an update on the court case, although this is one update I have not brought to you yet. One of the members of the Labour Party and the Labour Party's Obidati Presidential Campaign Council, and also who is also part of the council to the Labour Party, talking about Kenneth Okonkwo, who is also a barrister. He has come up after the court case to address formally what happened in court Now, first of all, from the proceedings in court and from the build up to today, you will notice that it seems INEC have been playing a sort of hardball, a sort of delay tactics, because from all indications and from what Kenneth Okonkwo is saying on this particular interview, you will know that INEC deliberately refused to avail some forms that could really foster proceedings to be quickened as regards the Labour Party's petition. So, this particular allegation was tabled in court, and the justices or the judges in the tribunal responded as thus. I would not let it out, and I'll allow you watch and listen to Kenneth Okonkwo. He has all the details from the court session, and then he would really explain to you what he really meant by when you are asked to tender documents for a petition, especially from a very big court of humble jurisdiction like the Court of Appeal, and then a body like INEC is playing hardball. That seems to show you that there are lots of skeletons hidden somewhere, and there are lots of hands pointing at ominous happenings. Let me allow you watch Kenneth Okonkwo.
What transpired in the court today is really a sad commentary to the activity of the umpire that announced a result which they could not give the CTC to the people of Nigeria that voted for the election. How can you announce a result you don't have? That is what should trouble us, because the law made it clear. By the time, and I'm talking about section 62, subsection 2 and 3 of the Electoral Act, before you even announce a result, you should have the CTC waiting, the complete, from polling unit to polling unit, from ward to ward, from local government to local government, from state to state. You should have the CTC from the National Electronic Register of Election Results. Now, you have an INEC that 2-3 months after that could not give us 70% of the evidence they claim that they have. It is sad. Very sad. And the court has taken judicial notice of it and has advised all parties to do the needful. And I keep maintaining that INEC should come clean to Nigerian people. In court, there is nothing like technical glitches. The judges are not technicians. They are there to deliver justice. So what we are simply saying is, the evidence of what you said you did, give to us so we can prepare our case. He is not a party to any suit in court. So how can he come and claim that any court gave him any order to do anything about what he's not a party to? He's neither a claimant nor a defendant. And the rule of law is very simple. The court does not even have jurisdiction to make an order in favor or against a person who is not a party to a suit. So how can an old man come out and say a court has given him an order to begin to be a leader of a political party? Which court? When you want to come to court to plead anything, you come with the order. So you just come on empty ground and you're making claim which you are not. And let me tell you about the suit. The suit has not even delivered any judgment. So nobody has even acquired any right from that suit. What the judge simply said last time is that he has jurisdiction to hear the matter, nothing else. And some clowns are trying to claim an order which a court has not given. And like I said, the most disturbing is that a man who is not even a party to the suit, one Mr. Pampas, what's that? One Mr. Is that Apampa? Apapa. Something like Apampa.
Old chief priest.
Okay, whatever it is. Good. As you can see, even his name is controversial.
Yeah.
I don't even understand the one to take. So an old man that is 78 years, that the grandchildren should be looking up, preaching to him to make friends with God, is coming to court to claim what he is not. Now, let me tell you again about the constitution of Labour Party. And I have it. You cannot remove the national chairman of Labour Party except you have 2/3 of the national convention.
Yes.
Sorry, that's the position of the law.
And again, no court has the right to determine the leadership of any political party. It is settled by the Supreme Court. So when somebody comes to court, let me tell you something again. In Labour Party, we have 3 national deputy chairmen. And none of them has the right to assume the position of the national chairman without the authorization of the National Executive Council. And I'm talking about Article 13, if I can remember very well, 2B, XVI. It is only the National Executive Council that has the right to fill up any vacancy. And when you talk about discipline, if you go to the XVI, it's only the National Executive Council. Who are those men? I don't know who they are.
We don't know them.
We don't know them.
My principal does not know them. I don't know them. And indeed, I don't want to know them.
Yeah.
And the other one purporting to be the publicity secretary, I have challenged him on a national television to tell the world how he came to become the publicity secretary. He has not been able to say it because he is not. So when you're claiming what you're not, who are you? You are an impostor.
An interloper.
So I want
really.
Nigerians to understand. No court gave order to Mr. Apampa to ever assume any position. And let me make it clear. There is no, as long as the court is concerned, he is not a party to any court proceeding. He's not even a party at all.
Yeah.
So please, that is what we should note.
Welcome back. That was Kenneth Okonkwo there, and the truth remains that the case is ongoing in court, and whatever is happening in court will be reflected in the happenings in the Labour Party. If you recall, the factional Labour Party chairman Lamidi Bashiru Akpakpa was disgraced out of court as a result of the quest for hierarchy of the party and the national chairmanship. He came in with his cohorts, Bayomi Arabambi, Anselm Iragbe, and so on, and then they came to take a seat where the Labour Party litigants were supposed to take a seat, and then some sort of argument and exchange of words ensued. And afterwards, Obedience came up and really wanted to disgrace Lamidi Bashiru from the courts until he was whisked away by men and officers from the Nigerian police force, disgracefully. So this should show you that the Lamidi-led faction is going nowhere, as well as their quest for chairmanship and their quest to scuttle the presidential ambitions of Peter Obi and the Labour Party faithfuls is going nowhere from all indications. So their own plan is to make sure the court says the Labour Party has no representation, just like what happened today. And I don't think that will repeat itself. Finally, Oseni Rufai, one of the presenters with Arise News, and very famous for always saying things the way they are, has come out to drag out various party members of various party presidential campaign councils. Okay, he drafted this particular dig at them on the basis of negligence from their principals. Lots of members of the presidential campaign council from many parties have been crying about negligence from their principals immediately after the election. Rufai made this known on his official Twitter handle when he wrote thus. Let me read what Rufai wrote. Now, wow, some spokespersons have been left behind. Now, they don't pick their calls again. Now, they are complaining that they don't pick their calls. I pity them, oh. Hunger is real. This was what Oseni Rufai wrote on his official Twitter handle. He was aiming a dig at people who were also very supportive during the just concluded elections. And then these people have now cried out that they have been neglected by their principals. So we'll see whether this particular issue will be confirmed over time, or if we'll actually hear it glaring on screen or on our social media handles or on news. Well, that is that. I hope you always stay glued to Nation's Voice Tower, because I wouldn't back down from bringing you updates back to back to back. That is my promise to you. Don't forget, make sure you watch till the end. Bye.